Wirt and Engel side by side, and they touch. Mario Engel muscles his way through, but how much damage will they have picked up? He's picked up a place, rightly or wrongly. That was a bit physical. But
I mean, Wirt needs to be careful. You can't push that hard. Nearly pushing the Mercedes off the racetrack. He got away with it in the first chicane. Now he's going to try and make the move on the outside as they come out of the Lesmo. But look, side by side, all the way down the hill, under the bridge, up into the Ascari chicane. Who's going to be the late breaker of these two? Mario Engel is on the inside, and he's consolidated that second place.
Brilliant racing. Mario Engel then is second. They've traded the place for about a third of the lap. Engel then is ahead of Charles Wirt, and now that he's finally made that stick, he's getting away a little bit. Of course, we know that Hamaguchi goes well in the wet because he won the FIA Motorsport Games GT race in the wet, and that's Van der Linde with a puncher. Second place car, the tyre has exploded.
Left rear has blown coming up into the Ascari chicane. Rubber, and you can hear the car grinding its way back. So is that pressure on the wet weather tyres in a drying racetrack, or is there a look? The damage is not just to the left rear, but left rear bodywork. Could you write a script like this?
Out of nowhere, bang! And look at this, the car is falling apart around it. Look at the bodywork being ripped off it, John.
I know, that's what I was afraid would happen. Kelvin van der Linde, who's across to the right-hand side of the racetrack to get off the racing line, but shredding bits of carbon fibre, rubber, goodness knows what other mechanical parts. I mean, what a mess.
And look at the racetrack.
And
I mean, it's
because
like
of a...
The circuit's
well,
like
there you look at it. I mean, what a mess.
Absolutely.
Right, a left, it's sort of over a bit of a crest as well, so very, very tricky indeed. But we have a spinner, round goes the 87 Mercedes. That's unfortunate indeed for Konstantin Tereshchenko, one of the two Russian drivers in the race. All his good work is coming unstuck. But look, it's so dark. I've got a slight theory there, John. Remember we saw that drift. Oh, that's not drifting, that's rubbing. That's it's racing, but side-by-side contact.
Yeah, going over the curve on the inside. But look at this battle going on. Wow, I tell you, Raffaele Marcello and Matteo Drudi, there ain't an awful lot being left by either of. Marcello gets the slightly better line around the 180, follows literally in the tyre tracks as they make their way up the hill, up into this really exciting part of the racetrack. Raffaele goes one side, trying to make Drudi go defensive through the Imola chicane, cuts back to the left now, under braking up the hill, up into Chateau d'Eau. He goes wide, whereas Drudi stays tight. Can the undercut make it? Can he make it stick? The drive off is sort of, but not quite, I was going to say favouring Marcello, but he's got alongside under brakes. He's got it, done a good pass, all well thought through and executed prior to coming through the Imola chicane.
So I'm just watching the driver who's going to start this group in 7th place to restart. Ulysses de Power, single-seater racer. Just talk about this, shifting across the GT races. He's also got a prototype program lined up for this year. Can he get picked off by those around him when he gains paces? But starts, backs it up, and then floors it. Absolute classic restart technique, and he's used it to make the break ahead of Timo Bogoslawski. Nicely done.
Absolutely, he did it all for himself. He did the right thing. He backed everybody out when they thought he was going to go off the throttle. He's back on the throttle. He gains maybe half a second in the process, and then everybody else is playing catch-up as they come through Grand Curve.
Engel is on his toes on the outside line there. Christopher Mies in the green and black Audi fends him off, but Engel keeps on coming round the outside. Is there going to be room for a Mercedes? He can't get round the outside. He'll have the inside for turn 2. Into the Herlatbocht they come. He doesn't go round the outside at this part, but it's the inside for the Hugenholtz corner, and Engel goes deep and makes contact, but he has gone by. Mies runs up the curb. Let me back on, he says, but he can't do it, and Engel has gone by, and here comes Dries van Voor.
Yes, and Mies made it, well, he got outmaneuvered. Look, that's what that corner, that's why they introduced the bank corner at Hugenholtz to allow two cars side by side, but unfortunately Christopher Mies got too wide, lost the position, and then allowed Dries van Voor, who was following, to slide up the inside and take the pass. So Christopher Mies, 2 positions lost from entry into Tarzan to the exit of Hugenholtz.
And then a third, because look, the blue Audi there of Fred Vervisch has gone by as well, and it could be a 4th, because look, 163 Albert Costa in the car that qualified 4th, but got mugged right at the start. That car, fastest lap of the race set by Albert Costa. He is on his toes, and look, down towards the Hans box. He comes up the inside line of Christopher Mies. Can't make a pass there, but he certainly showed intent, hasn't he? Is that naughty? Oh, that's naughty. That's Costa.
And that's even worse.
Albert Costa off the road at the Tarzan hairpin. Did he fall or was he pushed? We'll try and get to the bottom of that in a moment, but he's got damage. Look at the left rear corner. There's either a tyre that's gone down or there's some suspension damage, and Albert Costa's good showing has come to an end. That's going very slowly now.
Yeah, indeed. You can imagine Christopher Mies. In fact, Costa had got the high ground, got the inside, but somehow or other the right front caught the left rear of the Lamborghini, and that is why Albert Costa's driven off the racetrack right now rather than do any further damage to the Lamborghini.
Right now, Zandvoort still crawls over the back of Engel. Everywhere he wants to go, the Mercedes covers the line. But on this lap, Zandvoort is getting ever more committed. Tries to get up the inside. Is he going to get the power down and make a move? Couldn't quite do it. Again, Engel's car just wide enough to fend him off.
Thinking about it down into turn 11, but he has to go the long way. It's now the switchback. Can he get the better pace out of turn 12? A short run down to the Kumu. Well, we'll find out when they come back onto the straight.
Down to the hairpin then. This is now second and third because Pierre-Alexandre Jean has been caught by Raffaele Marciello. So it was 2.8 seconds a few laps back. It's now half a second. This could well change before the end, given the pace of Marciello.
Indeed, and there's enough time for Marciello. He has clawed away at that second place, managed to get the Bentley almost into his grasp. Remember, the speed of the Bentley in the straight line is its trump card.
Whoa, that's Zandvoort off the road.
What's happened?
Got through and he dropped it, didn't he?
Yeah, but he got through up the inside and he couldn't turn the car, and that allowed Engel to get back underneath him. It was not a bad place, a difficult place to make a pass because you are limited on what you can do. It's a very tight turn if you're on the inside. It's a much easier turn if you're on the outside.
And now for second place, Marciello tries the outside line here, coming up through turn 10. Couldn't quite do it, but can he stay alongside? Because the road will come to him for the first part of the Hansen spot. Here they come, but the Bentley's got the grunt, but on the brakes, Marciello goes through. Change for second, good move.
Yes, worked it out well. Maintained his momentum, which is the key for Marciello. Got ahead of the Bentley, almost lost it because the straight line performance of the Bentley now has pulled a second and a bit before they even get onto the straight, and that is consolidation. Second place, Raffaele Marciello. What do you expect of the Italian?
Marciello has checked out. He's away and gone. Nearly 6 seconds now to the good. Second and third are together. Engelhardt to Costa, 3/10. And then this is the line that takes you all the way back to 10th place with Zandvoort desperately trying to find a clear bit of road to make that move against the Bentley. But Pierre-Alexandre Jean is doing what he needs to do. He's defending. He's not doing anything naughty, nothing dirty. He's just defending his line.
He's doing absolutely everything that's required of him, and he's just got the advantage at Zandvoort where it matters. The Dries van Dorp pulls up alongside. Does he get alongside the Bentley? He does. He's made the way through. So an error, I believe, on the exit of Hugenhout. Watch for Arno Engel. He's going to try and follow through as they come into Stapler. Gets up the inside. The door's closed by the Bentley. Wow, real great driving all round.
And there, look, up the back, the Jack Aitken Lamborghini made a move against Christopher Halser. It's not worked, so there's damage on the Lamborghini. Jules Gounon goes through. Fred Verviche gets up on the inside line as well. So Jack Aitken has lost one place. He's lost a bit of bodywork and he might lose another spot in a moment. But look at Zandvoort. He's away and gone. And Engel saying, come on, I've got to get past this Bentley, because the main rival in the race to him, Zandvoort, he's been arguing with him in the championship. He's been arguing with him on track. He's getting away. And now it's Engel that's stuck behind the Bentley. Zandvoort is a man on a mission. Here comes Engel. Looks to the inside, thinks better of it, trying to unsettle the Bentley. And is it going to work? Yes, it does! The Bentley goes wide. The door opens and Maro Engel pounces, and he needs no second invitation.
Well, that was a well-executed overtake. The Bentley just didn't have the grip, ran wide. But look what's happened. The Bentley just, another whatever horsepower it's got, just pulls up alongside and drives past the car that had just overtaken him. Maro Engel is back in a situation where he needs to be very careful. He's going to be challenged. The Bentley just used its squirt, gone back ever so comfortably. Thank you very much. I mean, I know we're entertaining you, but that's what happens when you get a balance of performance, certainly in a straight line, that is favouring the Bentley.
Here's your answer.
Ah, he got onto the Bentley. Look at that. That's what happened. Turn 13. That's on the Bentley, the oversteer in the back of the Bentley. Maro Engel also had to get out of the throttle, and that opened up the opportunity for those behind. He lost all his momentum on the exit of 13 because the car is slipping and sliding in the sand. There goes Jules Gugno. He had seen what had happened, was prepared for it, was able to make an adjustment. Maro Engel tries to come back, but Gugno closes off any opportunity he could rely on the inside. And now, well, he's come back against no room to do anything about it. And he's opened the door to, and he's made a mistake. Speechless. I'm speechless. Maro, what have you done?
Well, he had a spin yesterday. He's in the gravel today, and the race has just completely unravelled for him. So Maro Engel off through the gravel. He's going to rejoin there behind Johnny Adam. His Nissan that's going to put him back into about 21st place, and it's a furious Maro Engel back on track. And is that car low? It is. Look, the right rear's down, isn't it?
It certainly is flat as a pancake. So that undoubtedly was a significant contribution to Maro Engel not being able to slow the Mercedes down into Tarzan and overrunning, going into the gravel bed, and then eventually coming back on track. So let's look and see what happened into turn 10. He caught up it was his inside left wheel caught the grass on the inside, which swung the tail of the Mercedes around. Well, it was actually the nose that nosed him around in the end. But Jim Pla caught the grass on the inside going into turn 10, which allowed the Mercedes to start to rotate.